5 things you can do to do better Instagram stories. We all know that Instagram stories is a great way to nurture your community because when you are in these stories, people love to see what is happening and all the things. They really feel like they're getting like a private conversation with a person. And it's also a really great way to help you when you're trying to make money with things. And so in today's episode, we're going to talk about 5 things you can do to have better Instagram stories. So I love Instagram. I love all social media. And one of the things that I enjoy doing is having great Instagram stories. Because one of the things I learned over the years is that my audience really loves when I'm giving them like a glimpse into what is happening for the day, because it's something that is there for just 24 hours and it doesn't go on the main feed. But I think that a lot of times we may feel like we don't really know what we should talk about in our Instagram stories. And so we're going to talk about it. But first, can I just say that I feel bald on my fingers because I had nails a week ago and they all broke. But that's another story. I just had to say that. Humor. Anyway, back to the original story. So we're talking about Instagram stories. All right. And so you may be finding yourself saying like, what do I actually do in an Instagram story? Like, my life isn't glamorous or aesthetically pleasing. And the truth is, nobody cares. Nobody cares if your story is like beautiful feed, if everything is perfect in your house and you're all perfect. Nobody cares, okay? Let me tell you something. So when I was moving from San Diego to Houston, I did a 3-day road trip to get my car and my cats to Houston while my stuff was being shipped on a pod, right? And I decided that I was gonna take people along the journey of the 3 days. And so I was doing stories showing me like as I was packing, showing my packing parties, and I was showing them loading my furniture in the pod. And then I was showing them, all right, guys, we're getting on the road. Here is day 1. And then I would tell them through the days. I found that I had way more story views as I was going on this trip. People like were really enjoying the behind the scenes. There was no makeup. There was no fancy hair done. There was me with my hair wrapped up in the car for a day. And people really, really, really love watching the journey, okay? So if you're trying to figure out like, what has to be glamorous, it does not. And I'm going to give you 5 things that you could be doing in your Instagram stories to have success. The first thing you could be doing is behind the scenes. Like I was sharing about me moving, people really enjoy the behind the scenes, right? Because it feels like a television show. It feels like they are getting like the secret life of you, right? And you get to decide what it is that you share. You don't have to share everything. You get to decide what it is that you are going to share, right? So for example, I'm getting ready to go to San Diego for a week and I'm going to take them on a journey of my stories of me packing for this week-long trip and showing them here's what's going to be in my main suitcase and here's what's going to be in my secondary suitcase because I'm having a photo shoot while I'm out there and I don't want to go buy all new clothes. So I'm just going to bring 2 check bags and one is for the photo shoot and one is for my regular week-long clothes of being there at a conference. And I'm just going to take them along the journey. Does that mean everybody's going to love it? No, it does not. Does that mean I'm going to make money from that story? No, it does not. But what it does is it just gives people an opportunity, a glimpse of behind the scenes of my life, and it gives me something to do in the feed, right? Also, if I choose to sell something in that story, I can, and I've got people's attention with that behind the scenes content where then I can offer them something as well. So you can be very strategic, right? Let's just say that you're an influencer and you're sharing like what you're packing for your trip or whatever. And let's just say you want to show this tripod. Well, in the midst of you packing, you could say, and here's this tripod that I take everywhere. You know, it's really great for hotels. It's great for this. It's great for that. And then you can show you like wrapping it up, packing it and saying, and this is available in my Amazon store. This is available in my profile or whatever, right? It's a great way to kind of segue into some things that you may be packing on your trip. Or it could be your skincare saying like, this is the face wash I have, or here's the SPF 50 that I have. All those things could be a part of your story depending upon what you're focused on, and it could be a brand collab. The second thing you can do to make your stories more interesting could be this or that, giving people an opportunity to take a poll, right? So one of the things that I used to do is I would go to Target once a month. You know, we're all still boycotting Target, but I would go to Target once a month and I would do a poll and I would say, I'm headed to Target and Target's gonna tell me how much money I'm gonna spend. I'm only going in there to get face wash, but Target's gonna tell me how much money I'm going to spend. And then I would do a poll and I would say, y'all tell me how much you think I'm going to spend at Target. And people would give sometimes low numbers, sometimes really high numbers, because it's just part of the journey, right? And then once I left Target, I would update them and say, here's how much I actually spent. People love those things. And Instagram loves the engagement. Instagram loves that not only are people watching the story, but that they're actually tapping on something and engaging, very similar to what happens to a feed post. And so if you can actually get people to engage with your story, it performs better. The third thing you can do in your stories could be just quick tips. Okay. So for example, I'm watching somebody give quick tips on money tips. All right. And the audience is really loving her money tips. And so as a result of her doing these money tips, she's now calling them quick tip money something or whatever. And her audience is looking forward to getting those quick tips every single day or every single week. And now she has something she can intentionally talk about in her Instagram story, even if she's not having the most aesthetically life or whatever it is, right? But she also can have a VA or social media manager that can create graphics for her that highlight the quick tips. So even when she can't actually do a full out video talking about that tip or whatever because she doesn't feel like it, she can give all those tips to her VA and they can make a story for her. The fourth thing you can do in your stories could be currently, right? So it's like behind the scenes of me moving, but it also could be currently, right? It's like, currently I am at Social Media Marketing World. I'm in the green room and I'm back here with my friend XYZ or whatever, or I'm walking the halls and just ran into this person, or I just had to run to Sephora because I didn't bring my eyeliner. I didn't bring my whatever, right? And I'm currently doing this. And you may think that people don't care, but the people who have chosen to follow you, they have chosen to follow you for a reason. They don't just want what you're sharing in the feed. They want you, and you can give people a really cool opportunity to get these behind the scenes type experiences, but also this is what you are doing right now. Or it could be you're saying, well, currently my favorite obsession is this. My favorite news show on Netflix is The Unknown Number. Can you believe that that girl's mama is the one that was texting her? It could be whatever is happening currently in your life, right? Or it could be like, currently I'm on a weight loss journey, but I just snuck through the Chick-fil-A line and I got fries. I didn't get the Polynesian sauce. I didn't get the Chick-fil-A sauce, but I did just get the fries, right? It's relatable content. People can connect to it. And it's a great way to just connect to your audience and create content that day that is not as polished. The fifth thing you can do, which can be a very powerful one, is an ask me anything, okay? And that's basically where you put a sticker on your story and you say, ask me anything. Now, you could say, ask me anything about my beauty journey, ask me anything about being a content creator, ask me anything about brand deals, whatever you want to say. It could be just ask me anything, but sometimes if you make it more specific about a specific topic, then a specific group of people are going to actually be commenting in there. And then now they can ask you a question and now you can reply to those questions that they've asked you with a reply video, right? So it's like, I'm going to be in the airport traveling from Houston to San Diego and then San Diego to wherever I go before I touch down. And I could be sitting in the United Club Sky Lounge or whatever saying, ask me anything. And then while I'm waiting for my flight, I could be replying to the ask me anythings, right? While I'm waiting for my, the rental car to pick up my car, I could be doing the ask me anything, right? While I'm on the shuttle bus headed to the rental car place, I could be doing that. Does that make sense? And it's just a really creative way to create stories, but it also gives an idea for your social media manager once you have one or if you have one to create things on your behalf. But it really is a great way to nurture the audience that are currently connected to you. Because oftentimes when you post things in the feed, yes, it's going to go to your followers, but it's also going to go to non-followers. But when people are looking at your stories, these are people who are intentionally clicking on your stories and watching your content, and you can see that they are there because it tells you who's watching your story. You know what I'm saying? And it means that these people are invested in whatever it is you want to share with them, okay? And those are, if you're trying to sell something, those are hot leads because they are invested in you and what it is that you are doing, okay? So these are just 5 things that I use when I'm creating Instagram stories, and I also apply these to TikTok stories and Facebook stories. Just a little plug. You can create things in Instagram stories, download them to your phone, and you can post them as Facebook stories. You can post them as TikTok stories. Like, it could be all the different places. It doesn't have to be just one place, okay? And now you got content pretty much forever, all right? And it's just a great way to grow your relationship with your audience on Instagram or any other platform. Now, if you found this valuable, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. I have a very new video that comes out every single week where I'm teaching you how to be an influencer, content creator, and more importantly, how to make money online.